For a close one here, Pycat. I mean, it's interesting because we were actually the previous game when they picked that slot. The cost mentioned it, like he would have liked the TB more that game. And I remember when we were discussing it, you thought TB was a little bit too slow. Does this feel like a better Terrorblade game, or does this once again feel a little bit too slow from NAVI?
Divine.
Can't escape your sins.
What a punk. Wanna play with fire?
Worst enemy.
Thirty seconds to battle.
Do you think?
The battle.
Do you feel like the
begins.
TB pick kind of made the Centaur feel even better in this game? Like it was almost as if you saw what was already being picked by Alliance, and you're like, okay, well, I mean, you know, they can run away from Doom, they can run away from Roll of Thunder. It almost feels like this final pick TB amplified how good of a pick S4's hero is in this game. I guess the interesting thing to see in this game is obviously you only have one Doom, right? And there is at least two ideal targets. If the Stampede hasn't been used, do you feel kind of pressured into using it on S4 to stop that coming out? Then that maybe frees up Nico Baby in those late game fights to just juke and jive around the engagements. And which lane do we think is actually going to be kind of like the most crucial for, I want to say, NAVI in this situation? Because Alliance have kind of drafted these heroes that I want to say should come out ahead on the lane on average.
Fears not the furnace.
Well, he hasn't died yet, okay? So it's not looking like one of those Witch Doctor games yet. Because I think at this point, FNG had died. No, it's something we highlighted earlier in the series. It's that type of hero that, you know, you want to stand still with your ult running. You know, say you do get enough gold late game, have this Ags. There's always that worry that the PA just jumps on top of you and one hit crits you to it. And you don't really itemize against that.
No.
Yeah, do you think the ATOS is a potential option in this game, or? especially when you're up against the Pangler. Like right now, I'd say for Navi, unless you rush a blink on Doom, it's really going to be on General to kind of start these fights on a good foot for them. No, he's got the stick. They're a little bit hesitant. Obviously, there's the LSA and then the follow-up swashbuckle could kill you. And while I'm talking about that, in the top lane, they're the ones that strike. They actually find the pick off onto the center. Oh. More bot. Back and forth skirmishing. It looked like Nico Baby is getting paranoid for good reason. These disarms coming out from General. They'll turn around, take out FNG instead. But one more right click out from the Lina. You're expected to, though, right? Like, this is kind of the thing. When you pick the Doom, you know, it's nice if you can win a matchup, but because of the greedy nature of Devour, you'll always get your gold. It's kind of a case of if you can maybe mobilize Limp, I want to say, because that's one of the downsides of Viper is he will win most of his lanes, yes, but he is quite a static hero. I wonder. I think S4 does this as well. He's been going for the bots as well. It just, you kind of do the pseudo Lina roll and whoa, oh, that's a lot of damage. I don't know if he's going to tick out. It's going to be close, very far. The TP is way too long, though, and always want to fly needs to be careful now, or he'll feed as well. Well, that's happening. They do get the Chen in the bot lane as a result of that. But still.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
You need level 7, right?
Are fortified.
It's alright. I was like, 1 or 2 numbers aside, not too bad. Oh, speaking of numbers, the kills increased for NAVI. They actually do pick off PA. Almost cost them heroes in response, but the tower was not formidable enough to kill off NAVI's members. It's kind of racking up to what we're kind of theorizing. Is Limp getting this great start to lane? Yep, that kill on Iceberg is big, but he is going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting in this mid game in this way. Oh, no. He'll dish as much damage as he can before he falls, but this is the lethality of the Maledict, right? When you're one of these big chunky offlaners, it can backfire, and if the Witch Doctor isn't dying every minute on the lane, it will have impact. It's kind of that Doom logic, right? Like when you've been doomed and you know you can't run away, you might as well turn around and attack the target. Like Maledict, it is almost always going to seal the deal. But as you said, TB, not exactly the bulkiest heroes in terms of HP. And he's already freed up his lane, so he's gone jungle. No, not even the creeps. It's getting a little bit problematic as well, because you mentioned like the Chen could start rotating, causing issues for the other lanes, but right now, like all the issues are on his own lane.
Were you watching? That's how it's done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Nika baby? Okay, they can't get through him in the end. They're just shy of 6, so he needs to be careful. They could try and jump him again with the Rolling Thunder. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, wrap around from Hanskin. Catchers always want to fly after he TP's in. And this is kind of the worry, is they did TP Iceberg top, which makes the next move for Limp obvious. And it means you are going to lose your tier 1 tower very early at this rate in the mid lane. Yeah, and a haste rune, so anyone who shows up to this lane is dead. Becoming a little bit spooky.
Dire's middle
You
tower
got
is
to
under
give this
attack.
attention at some point, right? Like usually there's this kind of tier top point where you bring 2 or 3 heroes to the Viper lane. You either kill him or he starts to snowball and
Dire's
take over the
middle
map.
tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, so let's look at this from a different angle for FNG. In this game, for the way it's going, does this feel better or worse than his Witch Doctor game? True. And I guess you have the rotation capabilities, right? Because Limp has none of those boosts of travel, and you are that Chen. There's a high possibility you can always outnumber Na'Vi when you kind of split the map. Oh, here we go again. Rolling time. He has got the Stampede. He hasn't used it just yet, so they're going to roll around on him again. Be forced to use it now. They do spot out Limp. General just needs to get away. The Viper Strike. No, he lost vision. See ya. Limp's rotation won't work. They'll at least get the 2 runes top, and it looks like FNG is able to grab one bot and deny the other. So no goal for Na'Vi. You can see the Na'Vi that they're not really interested in playing too aggressive on the map, right? There'll be like 1 pickoff attempt every minute or so, but because you got this TB that doesn't want to show, he's constantly in the jungle now, and that's maybe an advantage that Alliance might start to leverage as they're always present on lanes. I could hear the pride in your voice as you talked about the power of TB. And it's a hero we don't see too often, but every time we do, we're reminded of how ridiculous it is. A hero that, if things look bad, could even go start jungling at level 1.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not for the rest of your team for the first like 20 minutes. General, roll Thunder away. Hanska did steal the swashbuckle, but that means he misses the opportunity to get the big ultimate.
Are scanning.
Yeah, you do manage to force the Roll Thunder out, but so far, Limp, his rotations haven't been bearing fruit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
A little bit of trouble here. Needs to back up. They chase the forward onto him. They activate the Metamorphosis. They move in. They need a stun. Roger not able to get close enough to the LSA. These boots of travel doing God's work in terms of movement speed with the brooch as well. He is surrounded and on an
Dire's
island
top
of
tower
not
is
so
under
safety.
attack.
How? Just keep running. Just click across map. He's got TP coming off cooldown. Oh, no, they can't find him. He gets out just in time. Now Iceberg needs to be a little bit careful himself. Stomp will come out as S4 uses that blink dagger and puts in the good work. And Iceberg is gone. They'll chase forward for more. Always want to fly. It's going to be brought down. General used the Royal Thunder, but there is going to be a Hand of God, which means he immediately runs away. And Roger, oh no, well, Lena's feeling a little bit sold out here. Gone.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's not often you'll have games where you'll talk about a Viper outrunning his opponents. So far, I mean, he's quickly looking like the elusive mid of this game. I just don't see how that means. Just get a casual win lace. Screw it. Zoom, zoom. Yeah, he's going towards the hurricane pike, so even more mobility. Damage-wise, he's already contributing enough. And the other element is like every time he makes these moves, it's just more space for Nika, baby, to make sure he keeps up in terms of a farm with V2. Which, of course, V2 needs to get in the edge, but Battle Fury is almost there for Nika, baby.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, V2 makes sure that the jungle never feels cold. There's never a chance to actually even make stacks for this man.
Yes.
Looks like so far Alliance, they have got 2 of the tier 1 towers, but this final one, Navi, they're not looking to give it over because you do run a risk that you give access to that triangle that has served such a good source of gold for V2. Resplit should be even more or less here, unless Iceberg's able to make a move top. The Witch Doctor's coming, but it's the PA factor. Where is he right now? Blur is a fun spell.
Middle tower is under attack.
Always want to fly might learn that crit is not so fun of a spell, though. They know he's here. Moving in. Guys, nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. The creeps are nearby and the Stampede will get him away. It's such a hard move with these heroes. It's also the time when, like, even if you get those kind of cast bounces away from the camp, like a second bounce, the creep wave is close enough to fan strike range. It's just very kind of finicky for Navi to find that sort of pick-off, like when you look at their lineup. Especially considering Iceberg, he's not going for a blink next. He's going towards this BKB.
A spark of vitality.
My thrift rewarded.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Whereas
attack.
Navi's moves are kind of more committed. Once you show somewhere, likely you're going to hang around there for the next minute or so. And finally, they're able to show on the bot lane to try and push this tower. That's kind of the impressive part so far from Alliance, actually, is the fact they haven't lost a single tower yet. And barely any damage on any of the existing towers in the
tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Look intentional.
You are a man of numbers. Yeah. Levels, we don't want to talk about this, but when you talk about net worth, I know you're going to be right with me on the hard cash that's being earned here. Yeah, but would you rather be the PA or the TB, though?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Look at that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You know what the best part is? That mango you just ate, tax-free. They got a mango tree. Didn't cost him a cent.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, Hanskin's really early into the stun, and he does have the Aether Lens at least, so there is a potential to kind of, just chain stun Doom down. He's not the most overwhelming of heroes to kill. It's 1.8k HP with a lot of burst that Alliance have, physical and magical.
Is under attack.
Always want to fly? That's a much easier target to burst, though. Just trying for a cheeky D-ward. He gets D-warded from the map himself for 25 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top
The
tower
thing I'm kind of
is
waiting to
under
see
attack.
is... Okay, here it is. I was wondering, because General had queued up the Maelstrom, but hadn't committed.
Radiant's
I'd like this a little bit more, the
bottom tower is
MKB,
under
so that extra damage to dish out against the PA in the early phases.
Dire's top tower
By team,
is
you mean
under
TB.
attack. Radiant are scanning.
Understand. He's getting close to that Scardy. I think that's your kind of go time if you're Navi. That's when you start to look for kind of some kill into an objective, whether that's Roche or Tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yes.
It's on them. No, that's kind of the weird thing, is that they're going to have this triple power spike, right? The Scardy, MKB, and the Blink should be about the same time. But none of these items are necessarily your instant catch item. It's really going to be on Roger to hit a good stun, or you to get that kind of go long paralyzing cast, bro.
I dig that.
Yeah. I hope so. It was awkward because last game he kept it more or less the entire time, right? Like last time the Doom refused to give up the crit strikes and the pack leader's aura. We've all been baited into it before. It's like, well, my clicks are so big, and my TB would appreciate it too, but I think your TB would just appreciate some lockdown. You start to see... That's going to continue to be the case, is, you know, S4, if he's not dealt with at the start of these fights. I think that's kind of the awkward one, is we talked about what the prioritization would be for Doom in these fights, but Alliance, they're very much kind of grouped together to respond to anything Na'Vi do. They've kind of been anticipating a move coming their way for the last minute or two. As a Chen as well, you just sent a mid, right? You're like, zap, zap. And the mid's like, there's nothing I can do against this. I've just kind of lost the lane, guys. And then your team still reports you at the end. Well, that's all smoked up. Remember when we had bounty runes in the river, so people actually were expected to murder each other? Oh. Speaking of murder, I think we're about to encounter some around the pit. It's going to be a very important fight for both sides as well. Moving in, Doom goes straight out, and Nico making Stampede to get him away. They're down to half HP. There's the root coming out. They're chasing forward, and it looks like he is out of luck here. So roll through with the Pangolin to get rid of the back line and ensure the PA falls. The General has gone in deep. Swashbuckle back towards him. MKB doing a lot of damage. They're going to shotgun him down. Rubik is low on health, and he's going to go down. He's dead. And the ward will zone them away. Twitch looking to find his impact. Limp trying to move away. LSA does connect before he can force stuff to safety, though. He's also going to fall. And it's a problem for Alliance. They need to get everyone who's still alive out, because they're going to lose the team on town. They're probably going to forfeit the Roche.
Are fortified.
They get the Aegis, and it looks like El Capitan has been found. S4, nowhere to run or hide. It's going to go down. They might even lose the Chen army if they're not careful. I'm surprised PA is even nearby. Nika, baby, he wants some sort of easy pick-off. The buyback gets forced out center, but Chen's already gone. How do you even initiate on this? Jump in. Needs a crit. Roger. Does draw the use in time. The Viper is here as well. BKB from Iceberg gets hit up with the Viper Strike. General once again has the Royal Thunder, though. Here, able to juke across and look to move away. Looks like there'll be a successful TP out by General. Always Want to Fly will also be able to TP out as they can't stop him. They minimize casualties again, and they still have that Aegis to play with now. Oh. I mean, right now, the bigger problem is that because they couldn't capitalize on that fight, NAVI are biting back straight away. And they need to be careful alive. They've got 45 seconds to make some work for Metamorphosis up. They go straight on the Doom. He has no BKB for 20. Move on and Always Want to Fly both dead. Double kill for Nico, baby. Buyback comes out from the Witch Doctor. He's in a little bit of trouble. Needs some assistance. General on the side of the disarm. He's fighting back against Nico, baby. The damage from the MKB is too high. He brings him down. PA now dead means this is a very hard fight for Alliance to follow through on. They'll find the kill onto Roger. But that might be all they can settle for in the end, as V2, they didn't even get the Aegis out of his hands. He will have that Metamorphosis again in 20 seconds. They're going.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hey, they're both Agi heroes, so they must be carries, right? They get one kill, their forward out, scares off Hanskin. The surprising part here is the way Na'Vi keep relentlessly fighting, despite the fact they have not had Metamorphosis the last 2 engagements. Definitely the big party boy of this game right now. TP away. I like that he's going for the Ags as well, because this is the thing about the PA, right? Because you well, think about this bash head. Yeah, he's switching back to BKB now, but the Viper as well. Like, both these heroes are going to suffer from these disarms constantly in these fights. Speaking of Viper, Lim got found. Iceberg is going to chase him down. Activates the drums. Should be able to finish with Hand God to heal him up a little bit. Is this enough to tick him out? It looks like he's going to live. Hanskin saves the day. S4 whiffs the turnaround, though. The stun's off the mark, and Hanskin now needs to retreat away, asking, what have you done? S4 will get out. Hanskin lingers around. He's going to be fine. But oh no. They found the bigger one. Nico baby again. I mean, General, we talked about the TV and how this was going to be a big godly carry, but so far, I'd like to talk about the carry Pangolier that's occurring here. Or at least he feels like he's one. Oh no. Okay, they'll let him go. Is he going to die to himself? It's going to be close. One more club. Oh no. Beat is like absolutely calculated right there. I took my forehead, I mashed it into the keyboard, and it came out with the correct numbers for you to kill yourself.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, there's going to be this very small window, because when the Aegis runs out, you're going to have about 60 seconds of downtime with no meta. And if Alliance can't jump you then, they're going to be fighting into you near your base probably. And you're going to have that Metamorphosis once more. Also, that Axe is going to be complete. General's just 200 gold away. And I don't think he's going to hold buyback on this one. There's going to be more of them now. Max complete on his way out. And the other worrying part is that Vizin, he's probably going to have the MKB around the same time you have the BKB on Nico baby.
Yes.
Illusion.
Hold on. there is a glitch in the code. It seems to be all TDs work here. I mean, what do you get next? Just another DD? Is that the way this is going to end? You can see how paranoid Alliance are. Like, this is kind of the worry. It's not just the Nico baby's farm has kind of fallen off the side of a cliff. You know, Limp, the start to the game he had to be where he is now, like you wouldn't have anticipated that this first 10-15 minutes was Viper dictating the pace with how he looks now.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah. It's...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's 12,000 gold investment so you can run
bottom tower
faster
has
is what it feels like. And that's when you have the
Radiant's top
Stampede,
tower
which
is under
already should
attack.
allow you to kind of reposition or get away from the fight. I mean, the other thing is, this type of build, do you think it's because of the carry they have? Like, if you, for example, had someone like Lifesteal, someone that plays faster, would you
Radiant's
look
top
upon this
tower
build
has
more
fallen.
positively? Damage?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Deadly swift.
Oh, good lord. I'll tell you what they're doing. They're dying. Hello, Hanskin. Goodbye, Hanskin. Even Laguna. Oh. How tanky do you think S4 is? I don't think he looks tanky enough or anywhere near at this point. That lane ward, perfect for NAVI to find another pick-off. And they even get the kill on Viper on the other side of the map. Without Metamorphosis. Okay. All right. All that movement speed is not serving Limp well in this game. And his team is limping on their way back to their base because this map is about to shrink very quickly as NAVI move into the high ground.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Well, I'm not liking their odds. The other thing to consider here is that Viper died and D2 didn't use Metamorphosis. That's when he's not in Super Saiyan form. And if you can't beat the if you can't even survive the TB when he's just one of the normies, I don't know how you're going to deal with him when he goes full Divide in the range mode. There's got to be something. I mean, you got this Basher's being queued up by Nico Baby. Once there's some lockdown they desperately need, sure, but where's your real damage? Maybe if you can find the easy pickoffs, the supports of NAVI and Alliance with this smoke, maybe that's what they can do.
Radiant's
The
bottom
problem
tower
is
under attack.
NAVI, they've taken one out of Alliance's book from last game. They're just lingering on this high ground, expecting it. And I wonder if Alliance are going to do that exact same wide wrap that we saw that ended the
Radiant's
game in
bottom
favor of
tower is
Alliance
under attack.
in game 2. Nope, they go straight on the general. Reveals himself. Iceberg trying to zone the fire away. Nice lift, gets through the Pango. Buyback comes out. Stampede is running out soon. They need to actually choose a target and move away, maybe. V2 chasing forward on S4. A lot of damage done. No chance he lives through this. Nico Baby needs to get out, and Roger has pinged him. FNG's going to die instead. They do at least get Nico Baby away, but on the other side of the fight, Hanskin also in trouble as General does see him. The damage is too high. They find 4 targets. They even find Limb. Yeah, you keep Nico Baby alive, but that cost is way too high.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Yeah.
Dire's courier has been killed.
It's going to be
Radiant's top
costly.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, he chose the TP
Dire's
bot.
bottom tower is under
He's
attack.
queued up with Divine Rapier, but Nico, baby, we'll see you do some magical things to that hero and rapiers. I don't know if you're going to get long enough to buy that, though. Because Navi might just try and force them out. They're going to back away for the moment because there's obviously still a tier 2 standing bot.
Radiant's top
The
barracks
problem you
are
have
under
now
attack.
is this TB this late in the game. So it's not necessarily mega creeps you need. You just need a key pick-off that could lead to you just hitting the front.
Dire's courier has been killed.
More clicks. He did switch out the net, so a little bit less lockdown, but of course now he has the quickening charm, so able to flop a bit more often, and then of course that critical doom that can make all the difference. I'm still wondering like what can Limp build next? What can he do to help Nico, baby? I don't know if trying to be some sort of buffer would be a way of going at this point. I'm not even sure if he could try and go for things like Solar Crest at this point in his build.
Dire are scanning.
Well, I mean, he's gonna die in half a second as well. That's the other
Radiant's
issue, right?
top
Like, he doesn't
barracks are under
have a
attack.
way of sustaining when he finds the target. Oh, need more bot. Lim gets found out. Not tanky enough to survive that gank, and Nico, baby, will just TP away. But once again, Limp on the sideline. This time, at least, he has buyback. This is probably a move they were anticipating that Navi were going to make because, of course, the only out of tower remaining is in this bot lane, so you knew they were coming sooner or later. An S4. Speaking about Nico, baby, he might be in trouble, but also S4 is going to be brought down. He gets caught by the Doom. Nico, baby, forced to fight in the base up against V2, but there goes the S4, forcing him away. That was the BKB used and buyback out of Limp. Can they even punish V2 for this? I don't think he can. He's still got the cheese to play with, and he's still got Metamorphosis as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The irony.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
Okay, I need to do it now.
structures are fortified.
Nope. Still too shy at the gold. They're going to force them out of here as V2 has activated the Metamorphosis, so you know you're going to be looking at least mega creeps, if not more.
Radiant's bottom
He
tower.
has that MKB now. No boots, so he is immobile.
Radiant's
Now,
bottom
how do you use that to your advantage when he's got all this attack range?
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. The Dire now have mega creeps.
We're getting close. Just a few more hundred. We've almost got it. And you will get an opportunity because the Metamorphosis is running out, right? So it's unlikely Navi you're going to try and force the throne. Or if he dies, that's different. Ooh. You can see the panic as not only was he TPing, but FNG was recalling him. He's like, I will not have you die this close.
Invisibility.
Well, there is no ward in the lane this time, so they don't know about this courier. But getting it there is only half of the job. And look who's TPing nearby. Uh-oh. He hasn't got any wards, though, so it's not like he can, you know, extend his vision. This is the most important part of the game right now for Alliance. Operation Get Donkey Home. One more creep, and then they can do it. There it is. The creeps! The creeps!
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Nico, baby, no!
We're
Wasn't
watching.
too bright.
That's how it's done.
I mean, it's not like the creeps come down the lanes every 30 seconds at specific intervals. Oh, no. Oh, that... I mean, NAVI, they have to know what was on that courier. There's no way they're going to wait around for it to respawn. Metamorphs in 20. Advantage is kind of an understatement here. Like a lamb to the floor. Moving in. Stun control is good. And pipe motion. MKB does way too much damage. BKB out. Nico maybe jumping forward on the general, but he's able to move away quickly here. He's in the middle of the break, but the buybacks come out. And with the Metamorphosis running, they can't find the B2. With that backup, B2 can just start targeting the buildings. Says, okay, you want to defend this, come on over and play. Doom gets thrown out on Nico Baby, which means he cannot initiate anymore. And they can just look there in this S4. Stun's an illusion, but not the real one. Not for long enough anyway to do anything with it. LSA is dodged out. So they can just hit the pros. They say, comes on, do what you can. S4 is going to be burnt through quickly and brought down. Buyback does come out the card. Work against them on the side. Hanskin does have the Ghost Scepter. But Viper not so lucky. He's gone. That's his dieback situation, and that's going to be the series by the look of it. As NAVI clean up Alliance, they clean up the base, and they clean up the series.